Join me in today's video for the final fitting of the 27-ounce double-breasted top coat Joe Hemrajani is delivering. I'm Kirby Allison, and I love helping the well-dressed acquire and care for their wardrobes. Join me as we explore the world of quality, craftsmanship, and tradition. From the dark charcoal single-breasted suit to this odd jacket I'm wearing today, to several pairs of trousers and even many shirts, what I love about Joe is his capacity to tailor absolutely incredible garments at a fantastic value. And there are few pieces more special in a gentleman's wardrobe than a proper top coat. And it's for that reason I've waited so long to have one made. I couldn't be any more excited about this incredibly heavy 27-ounce navy twill 100% wool double-breasted top coat Joe is making, and he's here today to join us for the final fitting and delivery of this great piece. Hey Joe, hey, thank you so much for coming back to Dallas. And,
it's good to see you.
You know, I can't tell you what a pleasure it is to kind of welcome you back to the office and to finally have this beautiful double-breasted top coat here for its final fitting.
Yeah, I mean, it came out really nice, and it looks, I like the look of it. I want to get myself one like this in gray, or because I have a navy. It's beautiful. I mean, the fitting, the lapel, the shape, the button, everything has come out. The styling came out really, really nice. And I think, we make a lot of different top coats, and a lot of them in just the classic Chesterfield 3-button, and some people opt for the slash pockets. Mm-hmm. But this one it takes formality to
the next level.
Next level. It's really nice.
Well, that was really the goal of this piece was, as we were discussing it the last time you were here, is something that really was appropriate for New York or for London in a really cold winter. Because at the end of the day, as beautiful as a top coat is, its purpose is really to keep you warm.
And it's got to be functional. It's got to be functional, elegant. You got all of this, and I think it's a great cloth. I was worried about being too heavy, but I think it's nice. It's got a nice.
And what was the weight of this?
This is your 27-ounce, just a good, very soft, but it's a soft wool. Yeah, 27-ounce. It's just 840 grams of good wool.
So this is the Holland and Sherry. It's kind of a dark navy twill.
Dark navy twill. Yeah, the twill is very.
It's subtle.
Very muted. Yeah, very muted.
Just give it a little bit of texture.
A little bit of texture. It's it comes in other colors: gray, brown, black, and navy. But this navy is, I think, navy really nailed it beautifully.
And whenever we were originally kind of talking about this, I mean, we were speaking on the phone, and I was talking about how I really needed a proper overcoat. I mean, an overcoat's one of those pieces. I feel like it's an important piece that you keep for a long time, and so inevitably it's one of the last pieces that one has made.
Yes.
And so it really was quite a long time I was without a proper overcoat. So whenever we started speaking about it, I think you first were suggesting 100% cashmere.
Right.
But ultimately we went to this.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's not the cost, but it's just a very practical top coat,
Yeah.
And I think this one has, it's warmer than it's slightly warmer than because of the weight.
Okay.
So the most cashmeres, you'll get maximum 600 grams. So this one is 840 grams.
Wow.
Which is
so almost a full 50% heavier than
50% heavier
the
than
heaviest cashmere you could get.
Yeah. And so it'll keep 50% more wind out, 50% more warmer.
Yeah.
And, it's.
What about just the durability and the longevity of the wool versus a cashmere?
I think this is, you don't need more than one top coat unless you have different colors. You have you like to have a different color for every suit. But I think one or two are.
If it's good enough for the British Navy, it should be good enough to keep me warm in London, right?
Yeah, and this is it'll keep you warm. This is a great length. Mm-hmm. And people who add other top coats would be different, shorter and different angle. So here's just feel this. It's a 550 gram pure cashmere. It has the ripple finish.
Okay.
So it's got that, like a mink kind of look. All these colors, these are earth tones, the tans, And again, that same navy, you can compare it there.
So what does an overcoat like this run in the 100% cashmere?
100% cashmere would be $2,800.
Okay.
You know.
And then in the 100% wool,
100% wool, this is $1,800.
$1,800. Wow. So that's a big price difference also.
Big price difference.
Yeah.
So it's still.
And in any, I mean, again, it has a very luxurious hand to it.
Yeah, it's a good.
I mean, this is really soft, but I mean, cashmere is not as hard wearing as wool.
Not as hard wearing.
I think if you're going to have one overcoat, I really wanted something hard wearing.
Right, and if you walk down a rough area, this one you can wrap it up. Wrinkle resistance is much better here too.
Really, than the cashmere?
Packability, everything is much better.
Yeah.
So it's much more packable. And then you have your real hard, the cavalry twill.
Yeah. So this is like for a covert coat.
Covert coat.
Yeah.
With the velvet collar.
Mm-hmm. And this isn't as heavy.
This is 14.
14 and a half.
That's 14. This one is 13. But you get we have this in 20 ounce too.
Okay.
Yeah. So
a lot of option for overcoats.
a lot of option for overcoats, and you can do this one, this 22 ounces.
Yeah, Prince of Wales.
Prince of Wales.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do.
Wow, that's huge.
Yeah, huge. This is more for ladies.
Yeah. And this is nice
This is
too.
great. The pattern top coat.
Kind of a subtle
Like we talked about,
pattern.
yeah. If somebody wants different, this would be a beautiful charcoal, like
Yeah.
a nice subtle pattern. And this herringbone is very popular.
Okay.
The herringbones in gray. Of course, this is the very popular in Chesterfield with the velvet collar.
Mm-hmm.
And so is this one. And these are kind of light. They're in the 500 grams.
Okay.
So that would be about,
Versus the 850.
yeah,
of
about
this.
15, 16 ounce.
Yeah.
So almost 50% less. Almost,
Yeah.
more than 50%.
It's amazing. I mean, whenever I took this out of the box, I was immediately struck by the weight of the garment. I mean, it is a heavy garment.
It's a heavy garment.
Really bulletproof.
Yeah.
I mean, in all the, in every single sense.
And we've actually eliminated some of the things. We haven't put any padding in here, so it's very light.
Okay.
So we don't add weight to it. So all the weight is the fabric.
It's really the fabric.
Yeah.
And so talk to me a little bit about the construction of this jacket and
Yeah.
some of the styling details.
Yeah, I think you have it just like a classic double-breasted, like a jacket, but in a long coat to fit over a jacket
Mm-hmm.
and not too full if you don't wear a jacket. So you wore it over jeans and a sweater, it still works. Slightly looser, so it works really well with, and looks stylish.
Yeah.
You know?
Beautiful. And,
Yeah.
again, the double-breasted, style, again, allows you to wrap the jacket for that extra warmth.
Right. It's got nice cuff on the. So everything is formal about this one. The way you make it informal is put a scarf and put jeans over it. It becomes informal.
Yeah.
So this is a hard worsted finish, so it won't pill or it won't have any of the snagging or pilling problems at all.
Mm-hmm. And the worsted finish is whenever they burn the thread
Yeah.
through.
And they twist it also. It's a little
Okay.
more twist to the fabric.
Okay.
Yeah.
More twist.
Twist to the yarn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, great. Well, let's try it on.
Yeah. Yeah.
So here we are. I couldn't be any more excited to finally be able to try on this beautiful top coat.
Terrific. Yeah. Try this on.
Wow. I mean, immediately, one of the things I'm struck by is just the weight.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a heavy top coat, which was the whole purpose of choosing, the 27 ounce fabric, right?
Yeah. But it's very tightly woven. It's not. It doesn't have the volume, but it has the density. So it'll keep the wind out. It won't. Just give you the warmth without too much bulk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, one of the things that I wanted in choosing a fabric was something that was really going to be heavy, something that would be warm,
Yes.
right? That's one of the reasons to do a double-breasted top coat is that it wraps more and you get more insulation. And then I needed something because, this could be my only top coat for a long time.
Yes.
I wanted something hard wearing. And, this 100% wool fabric, really still has a beautiful soft finish. I mean, it doesn't have cashmere in it, but it certainly feels like it could.
Yes, it's very soft. It's not stiff. It's packable. You can just, it's Chicago weather, New York weather, Alaska.
Alaska, yeah, there we go. On my Alaskan cruise.
Yes.
So what do you think?
I think it's great. We made some changes, which was, we got the neck a little bit higher, which is right on right now.
Okay.
And we had the armhole on the right side slightly tight.
Mm-hmm.
How does it feel?
Yeah, I mean, it feels good. I mean, you want it tight, but not so tight that you can't get your arm in without pulling your sleeve off your jacket.
Yep.
Yeah. So what are the things that you look for in fitting a top coat? I mean, again, this was custom, right? So there's certain elements of fit that we're able to take into account that you wouldn't necessarily with an off-the-rack garment. Right. So as you look at this, I mean, where's your eye going to really check to make sure that you did a beautiful job?
I think it's more the comfort you feel, and we look at the shape, and I think it's got a beautiful shape. It doesn't look baggy, and the sleeves are, you can turn sideways, and the sleeves are got enough drape to them, but not tight, and have got a beautiful shape. It's not bulky. And when you move your arms and move forward, like you're driving a car, you can drive with it if it's a cold day until your car wears out. And it's got that nice vent. The swing in the back, which you can move your arms forward, and it has a drape there. And the belt is functional too. When you wear it without a jacket, you can actually go on the tighter side on the second button. So it gives a little bit drape in the back and gives you a nice, more waist suppression.
And the vent, what's the purpose of the vent?
Oh, just forward movement.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's kind of like a placket on
There's a placket without making it very
shirt.
baggy.
Yeah.
And the shoulders are right on, the sleeve. Yeah. It's a great, I mean, the length. This is mid-calf, which is nice. It covers, your knees are here, so it's about 6 inches below the knee, which is nice, gives you the full coverage.
Yeah, and it's a real elegant kind of classic length to a top coat.
Yes.
Versus you do a top coats at a lot of different lengths.
Yeah.
Above the knee.
Above the knee, up the here, coat length, anything. But this one is a very formal, elegant.
Classic kind of city top
Yeah,
coat.
and you can even wear this without a jacket, and it'll still be fine.
Yeah. Okay.
So it'll still have a nice shape and a nice drape. So sleeve length is right on here. It won't show your jacket cuffs or anything, so it's right. Some people like it even longer, but I think this is a nice length.
Okay.
Yeah. How do you feel?
Yeah, I mean, it feels good. I mean, you want it, again, covering the entire jacket.
Right.
Right. So, the sleeves on a top coat are always going to be slightly long.
Right.
Right. Slightly looser.
Yes.
You want a slightly baggier, not baggier, but looser fitting.
Right.
Because it's got to fit over a coat, top coat.
And you've got the coat, and which is a fairly heavy coat, heavy jacket you have.
Yeah.
And it still has a nice waist suppression, and there's no pull here.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I couldn't be any more happy, with this piece. And I think, even with the pocket square, I mean, look, you've got, again, a working breast pocket.
Yeah.
A gloves, a nice Optimo hat, and I feel like I'm ready to get on an airplane and go to London.
And then you have lots of pockets inside,
Okay, yeah, that's right. That was one of the things we discussed.
Yeah. We did a sack pocket here. You can add gloves, hat.
Newspaper.
Newspaper.
Yeah.
iPad.
Yeah, even an iPad, right? Yeah, and what is this? This is a cell phone pocket. Classic breast pocket.
Yeah.
And then I guess you mirrored that on the other side.
Other side. Because you always end up carrying something.
It's the beautiful thing about a nice top coat is that you can fit a ton inside of it, right?
So this is fully hand done. Even the welted stitching is done by hand. So it's done about a half an inch away, 3/8 to half an inch, and and you have a nice turn up cuffs with no button on it. It's a nice, it's got a nice detail on it, both sides. Milanese buttonhole on both lapels, just nice. It's just
and talk about the trim level. I mean, so this is, a high level of trim in terms of your finishing.
Yes, this is full bespoke, full hand done, full hand padded. You can actually feel it in the back, Yeah.
And what's the purpose of all that handwork?
Oh, it's just longer lasting. You get a nice roll,
Yeah. So, I mean,
And
this is,
it's shaped to your chest area
yeah,
properly.
and that's with the canvassing.
Canvassing, yeah. So
Okay.
it's full canvas. It's no fusing at all.
And are you darting and building up that canvas in order to
Canvas,
create
yeah,
this
to
shape?
give you that shape here, for
Okay.
sure. It really helps.
Yeah. And what's the lifetime you would expect on a coat like this?
I think it's timeless. It's just, you know, you'll probably pass it on to your children.
Yeah.
It's one of those things.
If we're lucky, right?
Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
yeah, we have some beautiful shanked horn buttons.
Yeah.
They're-
And the shank is, you know, again, the extra
Yeah.
kind of thread that's used.
thread, yeah. The tree shank, we call it, yeah.
Tree shank. And why is that important on an overcoat?
Easy to put on.
Yeah.
Easy. And it gives it some play. And you've got the shank button inside also here, the
Yeah.
long one here. So
Okay.
this lapel shape is, it's got just the right, very soft belly. So it's not, it's a classic piece, you know, so it's timeless. You know, it's just the very hint of a belly.
Yeah. And how do you prefer to have your overcoats made? I mean, personally, I mean, what's your favorite style? Because there's so many different styles of coats out there. We could have done a single-breasted with a notch lapel. You know, we could have done a covert coat with a contrasting collar. I mean, we could have done something shorter. But ultimately, we went for this model.
I think if you like a formal, real formal look, this is the one. You can wear it under a tuxedo, I mean, over a tuxedo, over casual jeans, whatever. This works for everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think this one definitely has more warmth.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if
so
someone,
if you need one top coat for everything,
this is the one to make.
Yeah.
And what about color? I mean, we went with navy versus like a charcoal.
Yeah. I think navy is more versatile. You know,
Okay.
black is too formal, you know, or tan is too casual. So this works, you know, for dress very
Okay.
well.
Okay.
It is so easy to just open up the collar and have it look stylish like that.
So I just remember the first time I went to New York City, this was in college, I had my grandfather's overcoat, and it was a lightweight cotton twill Christian Dior coat that he probably bought in the 80s, who knows. I mean, it was so lightweight, it had a wool lining that was buttoned into it just to give it a little bit of extra weight. And I remember I was in New York in January, and I thought I was prepared. I didn't have gloves, I didn't have a scarf, had this lightweight overcoat, and I almost died. I mean, I was freezing. And so, you know, whenever I see this piece, I really think of, again, you know, finally having a piece that is bulletproof, that could really survive even the toughest of New York or London winters. And, you know, that's the point of a top coat, is something that, you know, again, is going to provide you that protection from the elements while, you know, still looking beautiful. I mean, this, I think, also increases the formality of any suit, right?
Absolutely. And, you know, you'll enjoy walking down Michigan Avenue in this nice windproof jacket.
Yeah.
Top coat.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is, you know, there's nothing like walking down the street with a beautiful navy charcoal top coat and a nice hat.
An umbrella, maybe. A
With
nice
umbrella.
brolly.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's,
I mean, a top coat is really one of those finishing pieces that, you know, once you have it in your wardrobe, especially if you're in any type of cold climate, absolutely elevates the formality of your wardrobe and
Yes.
really rounds it out.
yes. And especially something like this.
Yeah.
You know, it's,
Well, Joe, you know, I couldn't be any more pleased with this. You know, thank you so much, you know, for putting this together. And gosh, I can't wait. I mean, it makes me want to get on an airplane and fly to
Go to
London. So,
London.
you know, let's go. Thanks,
nice.
Joe.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
After my fitting with Joe, I had an opportunity to put on my new top coat, an Optimo hat, and a Sovereign Grade scarf and step outside into the beautiful, brisk, cold Dallas day. It was so nice wearing this overcoat, especially enjoying just how heavy this coat is. One of the things that I really like most about the coat is how bulletproof it is. The weight of it on your shoulders and just how the double-breasted top coat wraps around your body really protected me from the cold day here in Dallas. I paired it with an Optimo hat, which I absolutely love wearing during the winter time. The importance of a beautiful hat in terms of actually warming the body can't be overstated. If you're in any type of cold climate and spend any time outside, a proper hat will really go a long way to helping keep you warm. Of course, anytime it's breezy, one must always wear a scarf. And here I'm wearing our Ancient Matter scarf, that is part of our Sovereign Grade collection. Just as though I was in New York City walking down Fifth Avenue, I was wearing a pair of peccary gloves. Again, you can't be outside on a cold winter day without gloves either, and these peccary gloves really do a great job keeping the hands warm. Now, this is a special pair that I had made bespoke for me by Levette Cadet. You can see that it features some really interesting alligator trim, just adding a touch of texture and pop to an otherwise elegant peccary glove. Peccary is really in many ways called the king of gloves because it is such a regal material. It's soft, it's interesting, and really a great step up from kid skin. I'm also wearing a flannel pair of trousers from Joe Hemrajani. This is, again, one of my favorite pieces during the winter time. And then I'm also wearing a beautiful pair of bespoke George Cleverly burgundy Baron loafers. These are alligator loafers, probably one of the most expensive and one of the most special and unique pair of shoes I have in my entire wardrobe. Another piece that you really don't see in these short little shots that we took is the odd jacket that Joe made for me. You can see it in the video. And because it's quite a busy window pane texture, I wanted to pair it with a more muted, subtle tie, and that's why I went with the blue Sovereign Grade grenadine tie. Now, Sovereign Grade ties are my go-to solid ties, and what I love about a beautiful grenadine tie is that although they're simple, they still offer visual texture because of the way that the fabric is woven.